Well, good morning all. I have just got back from town where I've just done a big bulk shop, but there's a couple of things that I want to show you that we need to look at in this video. So first up, I've got myself, well, not me, I've got a bone for Blue. So this is going to be really interesting because the bone size is pretty well the size of the dog. So he's going to get that in a second, and I know there's going to be plenty of people who want to see this. Another thing that I picked up while I was at Bunnings is a starter pack of worms, because I want to get my worm farm back up and growing again. Now, when you get a starter pack of worms from Bunnings or any place, you do need to check to make sure that they're not old stock and all dried out. And we can see here, there's heaps of worms. And there, look at them all in there. And I did check that in the store before I bought this box. So that is what we're going to, now the lid won't go down. That's what we're going to be looking at in this video as well. Oh, and the spud shed, 4 of these for $3. So broccoli, so what I'll do is I will cut the florets off them, blanch them, and then freeze them. So that is not a bad price. But without further ado, young puppy, you get your first bone. Oh, look at this, a marrow bone. Are you going to actually be able to grab the weight of that? Here, you're not sure about it, do you? It's like, this is, look at the size of it compared to the dog. Oh, maybe we'll put it over here. Here you go. There you go. That's his first bone that he's had. So he'll get used to those. All my dogs, I always buy him a marrow bone. Well, Blue is hooking into his bone. So we'll come back at the end of the video and see how he's going with it. But we can also see in the background there is my old worm farm. So I've busted out my old worm farm. So we need to get that back up and going again.
A few moments later.
So I've got the worm farm all cleaned off now, gave it a bit of a hose off, get the dust off it. Now this is the bottom section of where all that tea collects. So it leaches down and then collects in the bottom, and then we use that tap there and collect that tea. We put that on our pots, veggie garden, whatever we want to put that on. And a couple of trays where the worms sit, and the lid. Now, the puppy update, I moved the bone on his bed because it was a little bit big for him. So what I'm getting out of him now, which is kind of what I'm expecting, is a little bit of growling. Hey, you do not bite me. First time you got caught on camera snapping at me. Hey? So what I do with all of my dogs is as they're eating, I handle them like this. Now, when it comes to a bone, yeah, see, we get a little bit of a growl. Blue, be nice. When it comes to a bone, that's when it gets a lot more interesting. That's when they start to get growly. Now, my old dog, Patch and Socks. Socks was good with a bone, but Patch, he got real aggressive. And I'll put some footage up for you right now of what those dogs were like. My old dogs many years ago. Sockies, this is your one. Oh, yummy. Here we go. Righto, Patch, you get the big one. Look at the tail going at 400 mile an hour because there's a bone here. Ready? Here you go. Now you watch. This dog be turning into something vicious. Tail wagging that end, but this end is growling. Hey? Totally different dog, aren't you? He's different. He's a good dog, aren't you? Hey? No tail wagging. Look at this. Hand round here. Not a problem at all. Hey? Hey? Say hello to the viewers. Hey? Yeah, look at this. Hand in there like that. But we go back to this dog again. Oh. You're different. I can't pet you. Here's a good boy. You gotta eat your bone. So I've got an old bag of seed and cutting mix here. So I've put that in the bottom of one of the trays for the worm farm, and that's going to create a base for them to go into. So what we'll do is we'll grab them out, and we're going to upend them. See if I can do this. I'm going to need a couple of hands here because they're sticking to the bottom of the bag. You see all those worms? Look at all them worms in there. Spread that across. Let them look at that. That is just beautiful. I've got some on the bottom here as well left in the bag here. I'll get them sorted out in a second. So I'm going to put them in there like that. I'll get the rest of the worms that are stuck to the plastic out, and we're going to put a little bit of a cover on them and put the lid on and let them do their magic. So I've got all the worms that were stuck on that plastic bag. I've got them off. I've put them in now. Because they're out in the open sun, what the worms do is they bury themselves down. They don't like sunlight, so they're all buried themselves down into the soil. So I've gone over to my pot plants over there, and just the old crappy leaves off the lettuce and the kale, we're going to, I'll just pick them off, and we're going to spread that across the top of the worm farm here like that. We'll give them something that they can come up and have a bit of a chew on. I'll go and get a little bit more. You can also use bits of paper and all sorts of stuff there, provided it doesn't have any perfume on it. So we'll have a bit of a look in here. So I'll just pick a few more of these. Just these old leaves in here like this, and maybe we'll give them a couple of fresh ones as well. There's an old one there, and there we can grab that. What do you reckon we give them a little bit of fresh lettuce too, just because we can? We've got so much lettuce growing. A little bit of that lettuce there. So let's put this in. We'll just add that to the top of the worm farm. Right, go this side so you don't get the shadow. And we'll put all that on the top. So leave a comment below for those that have worm farms. What else do you put in your worm farm as well? Coffee grounds is another one I heard that they likes, the coffee grounds. I can't remember if I did it when I was on my old homestead. Can't remember now. Okay, I'm going to leave that tray off. We're going to start with this. Just going to get the lid. We'll chuck our lid on like this. So our lid is now on, and I'm going to get this out of the sun. We're going to get this under the veranda in the shade. Right, there you go. Under the veranda, in the shade. And Puppy is still munching on his bone. Now, Puppy, you need to learn a new thing, is when you get fed, I get to pat you without any... There you go. It's a good start. That's his first bone. You know you're not allowed to bite me. He's not doing too bad. I'm not going to put my hand down near his mouth. If you saw in my video that I had in my old video from my old homestead, I used to be able to put my hand down around the mouth of my dogs. I'm not going to do that yet with Blue. I'm just going to get him used to me patting him and handling when he's got a bone, because the difference between a bone and his normal biscuits that he gets fed, this one he'll protect a lot more. Righto, so there's a little bit of a quick video for you. A couple of things that I'm doing today here in the homestead. Now I've got to go inside. I've got to boil up those broccoli, or blanch them and then dry them, and then I'm going to freeze them. I'm not going to show you that in this video. This has gone on long enough. We'll make that in a separate video. If you want to see some of videos how I preserve things, leave a comment below, and if you want to see them, I can show you some of the ways I preserve, which is blanching and freezing, dehydrating and canning. So all the things I used to do on my old homestead. So we need to bring that back to this homestead. So we'll see you in the next video, and for now, Puppy's enjoying his bone.